has no labels and the Ad Council.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. Make the switch to green soaps and personal products and green cleaning products for the sink and shower. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing? Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. Don't forget about the environment when making New Year's resolutions. This year, resolve to recycle more. Recycle paper, bottles, and cans. Reuse paper and plastic bags, and get a reusable bag for groceries. Recycle old clothes by donating them to charity. And recycle old electronics like TVs, computers, and cell phones at appropriate e-waste facilities. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, a million things for our planet. What's your one thing? Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. Make the switch to green soaps and personal products and green cleaning products for the sink and shower. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
Good morning!
It's time to wake up. It's 5, and we're live.
Oh, is this thing on? I don't care. I want him to hear.
This is the Pregame Show, your early morning shot of sports on 95.7 The Game.
Come on!
Oh, yes. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is a Payday Friday. It is a Phil Collins Friday here on the Pregame Show with Joe Spadoni. Welcome in. You have made it to the end of the week. Congratulations. We have an awful lot to break down, an awful lot to preview. Warriors, they fell in overtime last night in Boston. Niners, they got the Cowboys this Sunday at Levi's. And, man, just an incredible weekend of sports on the way. Starting tonight, all the coverage of Cavs, Warriors right here on 95.7 The Game. Warriors live coverage starting at 3:30 with John Dickinson. Tip-off at 4:30. The great Tim Roy will be on the call with Jim Barnett, who were both on the call last night in Boston when this happened.
1 second from the backcourt. It's on the way. It's no good. The ball game's over. Final score in overtime. Boston 121 and the Warriors 118. Entertaining to say the least here at TD Garden. And Golden State will go to 2-2 on the road.
Tough loss for the Warriors when they kind of controlled that second half most of the way up until that fourth quarter. A lot of turnovers, both sides. Curry, Tatum. It was an ugly game, and it kind of had a playoff feel to it because it felt like there's so much on the line, even though it was just a regular season game. And these two teams aren't going to see each other again unless it is in the finals. So Warriors 118, Celtics 121. Celtics improved to 34-12. Warriors fall back to under 500, 22-23 on the season. They are 5-18 on the road now. Andrew Wiggins showed some signs of life late there. I felt like it was good to see towards the end of that game. The defense, the offense, after a miserable first half for him. Curry, again, not the greatest shooting night, 9-25, 6 of 18 from 3, 29 points, 3 turnovers, and they were crucial turnovers towards the end too. Although he did kind of redeem himself early on in that game with this.
Stripped by Curry. Curry the steal from half court. Good if it goes. Got it! He hit it from half court. Number 30 doing that number 30 magic. And he stole the ball at half court and then buried the shot.
They have a 1-point lead, and that is the shot of the season thus far.
Absolutely. Tim Roy, Jim Barnett on the call. You just knew that was going into. I mean, I've watched this guy enough now, the past decade plus, when you know it's going in at half court and that was nothing but net, it's just like, okay, he's the greatest shooter ever. Not that there was anything like to deter that thought, but when you know a guy's going to make it from half court when he has a perfect look at it, he's the greatest shooter ever. Like those were just a prayer before Steph Curry. Hell, they still are a prayer most of the time. And maybe Dame Lillard, that's the only other guy I could think that could make that shot consistently. But Steph is just on a whole nother level. Unfortunately, they took the L last night, 121-118. Jason Tatum of the Celtics, 34 points, 19 rebounds. And what the difference was in this game came down to points off turnovers. Celtics with 24, Warriors with 17. And the offensive glass, 18-8. Robert Williams, the Time Lord, he is something special. The Warriors were playing small most of the night. They started small, which was an interesting little wrinkle, and a wrinkle that Steve Kerr might be looking at moving forward. And we're going to hear from Steve Kerr a little bit later in the show, and we'll break more of this game down a little later. But 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, Xfinity Mobile text line, YouTube, what is happening? I need predictions. Niners, Cowboys, final scores, keys to the game, where are you watching, what are you eating? I need everything. This is the biggest game of the season thus far. Warriors, Niners fans. Well, Warriors, not really. Niners fans, who a lot of you are Warriors fans, so I'll shout out you too. But I need to know everything. This is the biggest game of the year against the biggest rival in your franchise's history. So 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. Where are you watching? What are you doing? Who's winning? Brent Huntsberger on the YouTube chat. I know it's only 5 a.m., but I'm smoking on that Cowboys loud pack already. Let's go. Good morning to you, DJ Tiny, Ernie Chavez. What up, playa? Man, just an incredible weekend of sports. It starts tomorrow with the Jags and the Chiefs, and then you got the Giants, Eagles, Bengals, Bills, and then it all culminates this Sunday at Levi's Stadium. Cowboys, Niners. Doesn't get better than that. Those two brands, the clashing of the blue versus the red. It's going to be exciting. And I can't wait to break it all down right here with you on Monday morning. And hopefully we're breaking down a Niners win. I think they're going to win. I think we've been talking about it all week. This is the most complete team the Niners have faced. That being said, the Niners are the more complete team. They're more complete. They're more consistent. I trust the quarterback. I trust the running back. I trust Kyle Shanahan more than I trust Mike McCarthy. I trust that defensive line. And hell, when push comes to shove, maybe the secondary will make a I can trust them again. But I'm not worried about that because I do not believe the Dallas Cowboys defense can consistently, David, stop the 49ers offense. I believe the 49ers defense can stop the Cowboys a few times to slow them down, get a turnover here or there, and have a lead that looks comfortable throughout, but it might be tight. I think the Niners can cling to a touchdown to a 10-point lead for most of this game and then ultimately seal the deal. The Cowboys kicker situation. That's something to be concerned about if you're a Cowboys fan. Brett Maher. You brought in a backup. Oh, then what'd they say? Oh, it was just, little competition. It's fine. But Maher's like, if you're bringing in a kicker the second weekend of the playoffs, that's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. It could be windy. It's going to be outdoor conditions. It'll be late. It'll be cold. The ball will not travel as far as it would in Jerry's world. So there's so many interesting factors here. Micah Parsons, Bosa, Pollard, McCaffrey, Dak, Purdy, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Debo, Kittle v. Schultz, all these matchups. This is the most complete team the Niners have faced this season. And that said, it's just, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it for the Cowboys. The only way, and we've been talking about this for weeks now, and Purdy 6-0, if they win the turnover battle, and the Niners have done such a good job, and they did such a good job last week, getting that fumble on Geno, getting that pick, not turning the ball over. Yeah, there were some boneheaded plays by Jimmy Ward before the half, but they came in that second half on fire. For the 408, Xfinity Mobile text line, Niners 35, Cowboys 17. Watching at Big Al Sports in Milpitas. Dwayne from Milpitas. Shout out Dwayne, Milpitas. It's a big score. I think it's not unreasonable. So you like the over in that game. By the way, the over-under, 46.5. I like the overplay there. I'm smelling something like 28-24 Niners. I think the Cowboys can make it a game just late enough to where they have not that many. Honestly, I think it kind of turns into what happened last year. And I know last year you had Jimmy Garoppolo injured and the Niners were handling the Cowboys for most of that game. But then the Cowboys came back and nearly had a chance to win at the end, if not for that boneheaded Dak Prescott play where you slide down and you don't have enough time left. Tick, 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 night, night. So I think it'll be close throughout, but the Niners still hang on to win. My son turned 3-year-old. This is from the 707 on the Xfinity Mobile text line. My son turns 3 years old yesterday. Say that 10 times fast. So we'll be celebrating his birthday this upcoming Sunday at the house with all the family and friends over at 3:30. Niners on the party still, going, drinks are flowing, ribs on the grill. Final score 23-17. Niners on to the NFC Championship. Shout out you, 707. Happy birthday. I have a 3-year-old myself. It's a fun age. It's a difficult age, especially when you're trying to brush their teeth at night. Not the funnest task to do, but we're getting better at it. We're getting better. So happy birthday to you and your son. 23-17. I can see that. I can absolutely see that. From the YouTube chat, Milton J. Niners 31, Cowboys 27. Likes the over there. Drew don't care. Niners 40-17. He thinks it's a blowout. I think a lot of Niners fans would be surprised if it's not a blowout. The way these two teams are talking, these fan bases, it's getting pretty cocky. And by the way, Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky, I'm bearing the lead here. The morning roast is stacked with guests today. Starting off at 7, we're going to do a little station crosstalk with 105.3 The Fan in Dallas and the morning show over there. What is it, RJ and Sean or Shan? I think it's Sean. I'll get the thumbs up. Who cares? These guys have done this the last couple of years. Cowboys, that whole trash-talking fan base, they're not very good at it. I'll just say that. They go into personal shots, and when you go into personal shots on air, it's when you're losing a sports argument. And that's what it always turns into. So those guys will be joining Bonte and Shasky at 7 o'clock. And then the Hall of Famer, the wide receiver, played for both of these teams. Hell, played for the Eagles, who are also in the playoffs. Terrell Owens, he will be joining Bonte and Shasky at 8 o'clock, followed by the GOAT himself, Jerry Rice, at 8:30. You are not going to want to miss that. You're going to want to subscribe to YouTube because at the 8:30, Jerry Rice will be on, and he will be giving away a Blitz arcade console. This thing is sweet, so be sure to check out 957thegame.com Twitter. It's pinned to our Twitter page at 957thegame.com and at 957thegame. So check that out. It's really cool. If you love NFL Blitz like I did as a kid, one of the all-time fun arcade games and one games when your friends come over to play on the N64, whatever you had, that was the game you wanted to play. So just a stacked lineup here today. And again, Warriors, 3:30, John Dickinson, Warriors Live, and they're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers on a back end of a back-to-back. Warriors, they fall to the Boston Celtics last night in overtime, 121-118, and they are now 22-23 on the season. You guys are fired up on the chat on the Xfinity Mobile text line, 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, 650. The Dallas radio has been saying Purdy will be the issue all week. Issue in a good way or a bad way? I think it could be an issue for the Dallas Cowboys defense. Absolutely. Jimmy Garoppolo in the past, I'm sure they were praying Jimmy Garoppolo was playing in this game with Micah Parsons trying to bear down on him. Purdy's slippery. He's not like Jimmy. He's not going to be statuesque back there. He's going to move. He's going to be mobile. He could pick you apart. He could be lethal. That same lethality with his feet and his pocket presence could also be a detriment. Brian Baldinger was talking about it on one of his Baldy breakdowns. One of the best plays and one of the worst plays for Brock Purdy. Extending. And that pass to the corner to Ayuk that was dropped, it should have been a touchdown. Baldy, our 95.7 The Game NFL insider, was like, listen, that's great. Hell of a play. Don't do that again. Because he had guys bearing and breathing down on him, and it was almost a sack, a big hit, fumble. But that's one of the things that makes Brock Purdy different from the rest. Those chances. Will those chances bite him? We haven't seen it yet. Keep going back to the rookie card. I haven't seen it bite him too much. They keep prevailing. That offense, those defense gets the ball back. So we'll see if Brock Purdy finally blinks and what he can do about it. Because you saw it in the Raider game. Meek Robertson picked him off. Comes right back. They score again. And you saw it a couple times in the Ravens game. J.J. Watt got him a couple times with some sacks. But again, turnovers. He had the tossing it up for a prayer. So we'll see. We'll see. You Smops, I don't know how to pronounce your name on the YouTube chat. Uchi Mops. 34-14 Niners, baby. Watching the Niners game at the Warriors game. Oh, shout out. The Warriors are playing. They're playing the Nets, right? 5:30. Don't miss it. All the coverage right here on 95.7 The Game. So we'll have that. You're not going to want to miss that. After that Warriors game, I'm sure it'll be JD. He'll be talking Warriors and Niners. There'll be an awful lot to break down there. And if you can't stay up that late on 95.7 The Game that morning, don't worry. Get some sleep. 5 a.m. pregame show Monday morning. We'll be breaking it all down. So yes, 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. Niners fans, Warriors fans, whatever fan, football fans, where are you watching all the games this weekend? The NFL slate is stacked all weekend. Jags Chiefs, get it started tomorrow. Giants Eagles, Bengals Bills, and Cowboys 49ers at Levi Stadium this Sunday at 3:30. Keys to the game, it's simple. Get pressure on Dak, and he will make mistakes. On the flip side, run that ball against a Dallas defense that ranks 22nd in the run, and take some shots with Purdy. One thing I do know for sure, after that first playoff game, Kyle Shanahan ain't afraid to throw the ball with Brock. He's not going to protect Brock like he did with Jimmy Garoppolo. He will throw the ball. He's not afraid to go into passing situations early. Juxtapose that with playoff runs in the past. Hell, Brock Purdy's 4 touchdowns, his 4 touchdown passes already, tied Jimmy Garoppolo in the playoffs, his 4 total touchdowns. It tied Jimmy in his career in the playoffs. That's nuts. In one game, Brock equaled Jimmy Garoppolo's career total. I'm not here to rag on Jimmy. Hell, Jimmy went to a Super Bowl. He helped take him to an NFC championship. Caught myself there. He didn't take them. He was along for the ride. He was on the bus. So nothing but love for Jimmy, who may or may not be back next week. NFC championship game as a backup. We shall see how that rehab's going. Still Josh Johnson as the backup role right now, but Shanahan's not afraid to let Brock cook, as the kids say. 415-28-24, 49ers win. A defensive touchdown seals it. That's interesting. I can see Dak fumbling it, throwing a pick six. I can also see Dak having a field day against that secondary if that offensive line gives him enough time. And then it comes down to the running game. Can you stifle Pollard and Zeke? I'm looking at Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Azeez Al-Shaair. Will that set up the play action? CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz. Schultz, who had a huge day. And the mobility factor of Dak Prescott. We talked about it all season, and we've talked about it throughout Kyle Shanahan's tenure as coach. The 49ers have trouble against dual threat quarterbacks. And we were talking about on the roast yesterday, they haven't really gone against a dual threat quarterback other than maybe Mahomes and then a little bit in Jarrett Stidham and the Raiders. guys that could run or ran and kind of gash them a little bit in extended drives. Dak will do that. You saw it on Monday in Tampa Bay. He still has enough athleticism to get the job done. And he'll have the arm to go deep when he needs to. So you got to be honest with Dak Prescott rolling out, keep him contained. Don't want to extend those drives. And they may be more aggressive. Danny White, who does the color commentary on the radio side for the Dallas Cowboys, former Cowboy quarterback, he was talking about he doesn't expect them to be more aggressive because of the kicker situation. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure that if they're at the 45-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers and it's 4th and 3, they don't go for it more. Be the more aggressive team. They're on the road. They need to score to keep up with this team. They need to keep the ball in their offense's hands and not give it to Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and Brock Purdy. Because what does Kyle Shanahan like to do? He likes to have the ball in his hands, have these long drives, pick and pop, take the shots, and score. And the Niners will score consistently in this game. I am confident in that. Edward Kim on the YouTube chat. Cowboys kicker might miss more extra points and maybe field goals. I don't know if you're trying to say make more or miss more there, Edward Kim, but I appreciate you checking in. It's a situation to watch. Whether they will be more aggressive or not on offense is what I'm looking at. Do they want to stay out of those field goal situations unless they're forced to, unless it's a 4th and 8 or something like that, 4th and 10 at the 35-yard line of the 49ers. Chowder on the YouTube chat. What's up, Chowder? I can go for some clam chowder right now at 5:20 a.m. Is that gross? In a bread bowl? Some hot soup? I could smash some clam chowder right now. And usually I'm not like a fish guy for breakfast, which apparently is very common in other countries. Fish for breakfast. In like Eastern Europe, Asia, maybe everywhere. Scandinavia, maybe everywhere it's normal except for where I grew up. But fish in the morning always just did not sound pleasant. I can go for some clam chowder in a bread bowl right now. But that's neither here nor there. Chowder on the YouTube chat, watching from section 106, Niners 35, Cowboys 24, tailgating green lot 1. Shout out Chowder. Big City Man, YouTube. Will the 49ers stop the run? Can they stop the run? Who is most important to stop the run? I think it's Fred Warner and the speed. I think it's the linebackers. One thing the 49ers pride themselves on is speed and strength at the linebacker position, led by Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. And they will have tough assignments going against Tony Pollard, who likes to go out into the backfield, who likes to catch the ball in screens. And you have to be honest with those guys. Those little bubble screens too, which I kind of treat like runs in the run game. You got to be careful. He's shifty. He's compared to CMC. I don't think he's as talented as CMC. He's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a running back. And he's had a hell of a fantasy season. I know that. He's really good. He's better than Zeke right now. And Zeke, obviously, a shell of himself at this point, can still get the job done in occasionally short yardage situations. I'm not too worried about Zeke's shiftiness. But Pollard, you better keep him contained. Because he is fast, he is quick, he can jump cut. And the last time we saw a running back like that, it was Josh Jacobs, and he was running wild. Now, I'm not saying Pollard is on Jacobs' level, and Jacobs obviously led the league in rushing this year. He had the best season of a running back. It was him and Christian McCaffrey, and as far as I'm concerned. It was those two guys. Maybe toss in Nick Chubb if you want, but Pollard was in the conversation all year. So absolutely, it'll be up to Warner, Greenlaw, be a total team effort. Hufanga, no cheating out there. Hufanga. We've been seeing that the last few weeks. DK Metcalf, Devontae Adams, hell, AJ Green high-pointing the ball for the Cardinals and David Blau. So keep those big plays contained, and I think the 49ers have a great chance to get the dub. Parrots run the earth on the YouTube chat. I think Prescott may have a stat line like 25, 35, 330, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. He probably will be both good and bad like his usual self. That's a solid point. I like that. I could see totally 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. And if that's the case, Niners are winning that game. Dak cannot turn the ball over. He can't turn the ball over. The 49ers are all but perfect when they win the turnover battle. It's very hard in this league to win the turnover battle and still lose. That's generally reserved for the very bad teams. But when the Niners win that turnover battle, they are going to win the game. More often than not, and under Brock Purdy, that's the case. So don't fumble it. Let the other team, let Nick Bosa, let Armstead, Ward, both of them, get some picks. Special teams, we haven't even mentioned that. Protect the ball. Don't make dumb-headed plays. Don't do personal fouls. Don't do stupid squib kicks that don't waste time. Kick the ball to the end zone. Be smarter. Be smarter with your clock management, Kyle Shanahan. I'm looking at you. And good things are going to happen this Sunday at Levi's Stadium. We're going to take a quick break. Come on back. We're going to dive into that Warriors game just for a little bit before getting back onto the NFL. Warriors 121. Check that. Boston Celtics 121. Warriors 118. Boston improves to 34-12. Warriors improve. Check that. Don't improve. 22-23. It was a game they should have won. The Warriors should have won this game. But also, I don't feel terrible about that loss in overtime. And I'm going to tell you why on the other side and why the I can't believe I'm about to say this. The 22-23 Warriors have the Western Conference in the palm of their hand. And I don't think you should be worried about them. I'll tell you why on the other side. 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. 49ers fans, where are you watching the game? I need scores. I need keys to the game. What are you eating? Where's the location? Let me know. YouTube chat, you guys have been on fire. 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. Again, the Warriors, they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers today. Warriors Live and John Dickinson have the coverage at 3:30, and we'll have all that coverage for you here starting at tip-off at 4:30 with Tim Roy. Come on back. This is the pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game.
The road to Glendale is brought to you by West Credit Union. Working for you today, tomorrow, together.
There's a reason Golden State has become the trusted partner for professional builders and contractors. The breadth of what they offer is remarkable. Their product knowledge can save you time. They're the largest distributor in NorCal of many of the brands they carry. Golden State's newly refreshed app offers installation guides, building codes, and much more. And the GSTV link on their homepage is a useful resource. Family-owned for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Oh, it's doing great. I've been on it now for about 3.5 years. I've lost 67 pounds, and I feel better than I did at age 40. The only thing I'm just getting older. That's the only thing that doesn't stop. Other than that, I feel good.
Listen, we're all getting older, but that doesn't mean you have to feel your age. Are you ready to turn back the clock? It's 2023, and there's never been a better time to start looking and feeling young again. Introducing Andro400.com. Andro400.com has proven solutions to melt belly fat, increase mood and memory, increase energy, and bring that spark back to your love life. Visit andro400.com or call 888-400-0435 to see which product is right for you. Try the safe and natural way to start feeling and looking your best. And there's nothing to lose with an industry-leading 90-day money-back guarantee. Visit andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer, even when the little things in life are hard. Like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it, and a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Drink responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The other day, I bought a cockatoo. He's a handful, but I'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable, but I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
It's mating season, Dad!
No home internet? It's not that bad!
Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, Maria in Miami, and Jules in Troy, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with high-quality supplies for every industry, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bonus days are back for pros at Lowe's. You earn points and save when you buy the top pro brands you trust, like DeWalt. Right now, you can save $100 on the powerful DeWalt 8¼ carbide tipped portable table saw. Was $399, now just $299. Join today and shop bonus days, only at Lowe's. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 1/20, subject to change while supplies last. Visit Lowes.com/MVP's bonus points for details.
Now, back to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back. Pregame show, Joe Spadoni, Phil Collins Friday for all of you who observe. It is a football Friday. I want to hear from all of you Niners fans. Hell, if you're a Cowboys fan, you can even chime in too. If you're an Eagles fan, if you're a Jags fan, Chiefs fan, all fans. How are you watching the games this weekend? Where are you watching them? I want scores. I want keys to the game. I want everything. Because it is a football Friday, and the morning roast and Bonta and Shasky have an awesome show on the way. They're doing a little crosstalk with 105.3 The Fan, Dallas, those guys, their morning show, RJ and Sean. So 7 o'clock there. You're not going to want to miss that. A lot of trash talking, I am sure, to be had. And then at 8 o'clock, Terrell Owens, just Hall of Famer. You'll love to hate him, or you hate to love him. Whatever. He loves him some him. And I love to watch T.O. I still have the copy of ESPN 2K5, the one you got for $20 or whatever at then EB Games with his signature on the front. Oh, still the best, just the best NFL game ever made. It was ESPN 2K5. So T.O. will be joining the guys at 8 o'clock. And then Jerry Rice, the GOAT, at 8:30. You're not going to want to miss that one because he will be giving away something special, a NFL Blitz arcade console. You know NFL Blitz, awesome game. If you had the N64, like I did, you played it a lot as a kid. So awful lot to get into in the morning roast, and all those guests are brought to you by Bud Light, and all guests appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Again, it is a football Friday, so I want to hear from all of you at 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, YouTube chat, hello. And also, not just because it's a football Friday, but because it was a rematch of the NBA Finals. I'm going to hear a little bit from the head coach of the Steve Kerr as the Warriors played last night and fell in overtime, 121-118. They are now 5-18 on the road. Steph Curry, he dropped 29 points. Wiggins, 20. Jason Tatum dropped 34 and 19 rebounds. Al Horford was clutch in the end. Turnovers from both sides. It was kind of an ugly game. It was kind of ugly, but an interesting little wrinkle in last night's game was the starting lineup. No Kevon Looney. It was small ball. Draymond, Wiggins, Curry, Thompson, and Poole. And Steve Kerr was asked that decision to start Jordan Poole over Kevon Looney, and here's what he had to say.
Just wanted to open up the floor, give us a little different look, maybe get a spark past the halfway point, and we're 500. Like, let's try something different. First time in a while we've had all those guys healthy too. It's a lineup that we know can be explosive, but against Boston in particular, you got to open up the floor. They got big front line, big wings, and just felt like we could possibly get a little boost from it.
Steve Kerr doing his best domo arigato, Mr. Roboto impression there. Sure, the Zoom feed wasn't the best, whatever it was. That's all right. We got the gist of it. Spacing, right? And you saw the rebound, the offensive rebound is what killed them, and that's due in large part to the small ball. So you take what you can get there. But again, it was working most of the night. The Warriors had control of that game up until they didn't at the end, and we've seen that far too many times with the Warriors this season. Turnovers late, that cost them. And it was Steph Curry last night, just careless turnovers. Yes, even the greatest Warrior of all time makes mistakes, the greatest shooter of all time. Throughout his career, he's been turnover prone. This Golden State Warriors team, what has their Achilles heel been in the past? It's turnovers. And in clutch situations last night, that was the difference. Yeah, there was a missed foul call here too. The officials made themselves known yesterday. A little frustrating if you're just a casual fan trying to watch the game and enjoy it. And the pace was horrible. But I teased it before we got into the break. I'm not worried about this Warriors loss. Have you seen the West? I'm not scared of the Grizzlies. Too immature. The Clippers and the Nuggets, they're frauds. They have never won anything, and they will never win anything. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have played, a combined 80 games together, and they've been together for 4 years now. I'm not worried about that. The Phoenix Suns, okay. Are they going to stay healthy? I got to see it with them because they bowed out and looked horrible in Game 7 in a must-win situation at home against Luka Doncic. And don't get me started on Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. They ain't winning anything with just one guy there. That's not happening. So I'm not worried about the Warriors, mainly because I'm not worried about anyone in the West. When push comes to shove, and we saw it last night, the Warriors, they play up to their opponents. When the motivation factor is there, and I was listening to Steiny and Guru yesterday, and Steiny was talking about it, the motivation has to be there for the Warriors. And that's all defense, is getting up, wanting it, trying. And you saw it last night on both sides. We're playing great defense. That was causing some of the turnovers. There was also just some bad offense and lackadaisical passes. My God. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Steph Curry, where are you guys throwing these balls? Nerves are a factor, sure. Finals rematch, what have you, but a lot of sloppy play. And I'm not worried about the Warriors. I'm not. Not worried about them one iota. And by the way, the East, they're the dominant ones for the first time in, I can't even remember how long. Maybe like the 80s and 90s? Hell, not even the 90s really, right? Because that was just the Bulls. So you have the Bucks, the Nets, and yes, I'm still tossing the Nets, even though what happened last night. And they don't have KD, so I'm not too worried about what the scores are going to look like there. And the Nets made it a game towards the end. They had a huge fourth quarter, dropping 38 as the Suns won 117-112. Suns are 22-24, and what seems like everyone's just a few games back of the first in the West if they wanted to be. And that's 27-17. So I see those three teams in the East, the Nets, the Bucks, and the Celtics, as legitimate title contenders. E-Dog and I were talking yesterday, Evan Giddings. You know, Evan, producer extraordinaire for Steiny and Guru, and also host with Mark Grandy, the 415ers. Check that pod out wherever you get all your podcasts. 415ers, Mark Grandy and Evan Giddings doing a hell of a job. But we were talking, he's like, I think I like Philly as a sneaky team as well in the East. I was like, if you trust James Harden in the playoffs, that's on you, Evan. But to his point, even Philly is playing well. I can't say that much about the West. I don't trust those teams in the West other than the Warriors. And maybe I'm wrong to trust the Nets or, hell, even the Celtics who lost the Warriors in the finals. But the Celtics went there last year. The Bucks, Giannis, they've won it. Middleton, KD, I know has won it. Kyrie, I know has won it. So when push comes to shove with those guys, I know they will show up in the playoffs. Harden hasn't won the big one. It's been there, but as a six-man with OKC, it's different. Embiid hasn't been there. In the West, Grizzlies, Ja, Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bane, too immature still. Need to see it. That Christmas Day game, they got punked. The Suns, can they stay healthy? And again, Clippers and Nuggets, you guys know how I feel about them. Total front runners and frauds. No more fraudulent tenure than Kawhi Leonard, by the way, with the Los Angeles Clippers. And he never gets any flack, and maybe because they're just a loser franchise. But don't even get me started on Kawhi Leonard going to the Clippers and them being preseason favorites over the Golden State Warriors in Vegas because of the addition of John freaking Wall. Miss me with that. Clippers are so fraudulent, and they don't get the trash and disrespect that they deserve. Everyone likes to rag on the Lakers, and yes, everyone, I know I can be a little bit of a homer sometimes there, but no. The Clippers deserve to get run on way more than LeBron James. LeBron won the title. Yes, it was a bubble championship. We could rag on that. But the Clippers, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and I did not expect I was going to be doing this Clippers slander at 5:40 in the morning when we got Niners and Cowboys. And don't worry, we'll get into that on the other side. I promise you. Joe Shasky will join me on the other side. He's rocking his jersey, his throwback. But miss me with the Western Conference. Warriors are going to be in by default. You can book it. 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, Xfinity Mobile text line, YouTube chat. Stunna on the YouTube chat. Thumbs up, Spadoni. Thank you. Y'all have a safe, memorable, blessed weekend. Godspeed, go Warriors, and go Niners. And we'll end it with that on this segment. Joe Shasky coming up next. He's fired up. They have a huge packed show. Again, they got RJ and Sean of 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. They're home of the Cowboys. They're going to do a little crosstalk at 7 o'clock. T.O., Terrell Owens at 8. Jerry Rice, the GOAT, at 8:30. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you're a subscriber for a chance to win a Blitz NFL arcade console. That's going to be a lot of fun. And again, all those guys are brought to you by Bud Light and the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Come on back. One more segment. This is the pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game. Clippers are so fraudulent.
It's a football Friday on 95.7 The Game.
Third down and 9. Bosa, the sack.
Brought to you by John Vai's Bay Area Houses. Thinking of selling your home but don't want to deal with repairs, cleaning, realtors, photos, and showings? With John Vai's Bay Area Houses.com. You don't have to do any repairs or pay any commissions. Visit John Vai's Bay Area Houses.com.
Investing is confusing. Dawn raids, triple witching hour, candlesticks, crown jewels, bears, bulls, bear hugs, blue chips. It's one big word salad of uncertainty. Fortunately, Fremont Bank now has incredible rates on their savings accounts and CDs. And while savings accounts and CDs may not be known for their great rates at your current bank, at Fremont Bank, you can get great rates from a great local bank. To learn more, stop in or visit us online. We'll explain it all in plain language. Fremont Bank, serving the Bay Area since 1964. Member FDIC.
If your resolutions include more energy, stamina, fire in the bedroom, or losing weight once and for all, listen up. Thousands of proactive patients have met or exceeded these goals with the caring team at Balanced Medical Solutions, the Bay Area's premier vitality clinic dedicated to helping all patients enjoy long, healthy lives full of energy, vigor, and sexual satisfaction. Until the end of the month, mention this station to get an evaluation with comprehensive labs, including hormone tests, for only $69. Call now 510-679-3300 or visit balancedmedicalsolutions.com.
Save now on appliances and more at the Truckload event at Lowe's. Get deals on select major appliances and take home what you buy same day. And save an additional 10% on all in-store clearance appliances. Plus, get 10% off in-stock kitchen cabinets with a $1,000 minimum purchase and save even more on clearance cabinets in-store. Shop the Truckload event in-store or online today. Must ask cashier to apply discount at time of purchase. Exclusions apply. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Valid 1/19 to 1/25.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. I hate the struggle of tough, greasy messes on my stovetop. So I just wipe, and I'm done.
When I'm frustrated with stubborn bathtub soap scum, I just wipe, and I'm done.
Mr. Clean Clean Freak delivers an innovative cleaning experience with a powerful deep cleaning mist that starts working on contact to break down tough messes in seconds.
Just
wipe,
done.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Now, back to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back. Pregame show, Joe Spadoni. Phil Collins Friday again for all those who observed. Payday Friday. Hell, it's just a Friday in general. We're here, folks. It's Niners. It's Cowboys. It's Sunday, 3:30, Levi Stadium. We're going to action-packed day here. Oh, hell yeah, Phil. Phil Collins doesn't get you pumped up, Joe Shasky. I don't know what does. Oh. Joe Shasky.
You know I love you, but
Today's not the day for that.
What? Tonight? This song's so sick. It gets everyone pumped up. Come on.
I need Blueprints of War, Nicotina.
Well, you guys got
Equipto.
your 50 Cent Friday. Don't worry. You'll get your bangers.
Frisco Friday.
Come on.
Give me some Selsky. Yesterday I met a girl named Brenda. No.
I'm not going to take this disrespect for the Phil Collins Friday.
You know I love
the
Phil Collins.
Tonight gets everyone pumped up. And Joe,
I saw Phil Collins in San Jose when it was the HP Pavilion.
Oh wow! Look at you.
He was phenomenal.
Unreal.
Yes.
You know what else is phenomenal?
You underrate his catalog until you go see him live.
Oh.
There's certain artists that are like that.
Oh, it's like Michael Bolton. I celebrate his entire catalog. Look at you. Little Office Space reference for those that like that movie.
His entire catalog.
Michael Bolton. Anyways, Shasky, we're finally here. It's the Niners. It's the Cowboys. They're playing Sunday. And we're hearing from everyone on the chat. Everyone's going and saying where they're watching and you're going to be at the game, correct?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
they're making me work. So I'm thinking of. Oh,
you're gonna visit the kickoff show, by the way. Yeah, they're going to be at the Hilton. Larry Krueger, O'Neal.
Yeah, Lucas is all over me, and I'm like, Lucas, you're going to have to put some overtime sheets in for me, and, pay your boy out a little.
As you're not the only host, right? I think they're making multiple hosts come over there.
All these other guys that never go to the stadium outside of me and Bonte, yeah, you should show up and get a little work if you want a free seat. Yeah, I'm gonna call these guys out. I'll give Dibbs this. Dibbs has been to some games this year.
Yes,
he's been in the press box, and I like. Okay, for example, right? I think
Dibbs has legit tickets too. His friend has tickets for him, so he's got Dibbs. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What I find funny is in general, all right. Sporting events, when people want to be credentialed and they haven't been there all year, I think it's kind of weak, right? So, for example, like NBA Finals or playoff game in baseball or basketball or football or whatever, taking a seat from someone who I believe maybe have been there all year, like Sam Lubman, for example.
Yes,
he goes to so many games here from this station. He's earned the right, in my estimation, to sit in that area. I have not. Yeah. So I don't feel comfortable taking one of those seats on a big-time game. Now, look, if you're Damon Bruce, for example, you've been doing this for 25 years, and there's equity that you've established.
Yeah.
Question is, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, no, it's a good point. No, it's a great point. Real quick, Chad, I just want to get your quick thoughts.
Sorry, that went sideways.
No. No, you're great. No, that's actually a really good point. I never really thought about that because I'm not a huge press. I love watching from home. Like football specifically, I'm not a huge going to football game guy. Mm-hmm. Even when the Raiders were here, I didn't really go to that many games because I just enjoy watching at home. There's few games.
My dad's that way.
Yeah, I love baseball. Absolutely. That's the one I can do. But real quick, and then now to basketball, now that we're here, Warriors overtime loss. I actually was encouraged by it. Because that's the best team in the league you're playing who was on a 7-game winning streak.
I thought Jaylen Brown was hurt.
He came back just for that game.
Of course.
He's come back. Yeah, his groin injury's done.
Was I the only one who was surprised by that?
Bonte alluded to it, and it got me thinking. I was like, you know what? Jaylen Brown might play for this game.
I for whatever reason in my mind.
And he likes playing against the Warriors.
I know. But in my mind, I was prepared, oh, no Jaylen. Awesome.
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon,
that was supposed to be the move, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, oh, they got a true point guard. And I was like, he wasn't even handling the ball. It was Marcus Smart still towards the end.
Who's just a whole nother.
I don't trust that Celtics team at all. Yeah, they're having a really good season.
Yeah.
The West stinks. I already went into it. I think
that's the best team in the NBA right now, regular season record. Isn't that kind of wild?
Tatum didn't even play well.
I know.
His stat line looks
he had
amazing.
Rebounds,
he had 19 rebounds and 34, whatever. It's he didn't even play well. Both sides, Curry and him were just trading on who could have worse turnovers towards the end.
This is going to sound super loser-ish, okay? So bear with me. They're a 4-time champion. You shouldn't have moral victories in the regular season. I get all that. That was an encouraging game from a variety of standpoints. Offensively, Jordan Poole getting stuffed at the rim. Okay, we can argue about that. Dog, hit the jump stop button, pump fake, and go up. But defensively, for me, on the 50-50 balls, if he shows that effort from here on out, they're fine. Him, I'm identifying him because defensive effort for him has been a big-time issue. Clay got jobbed on the 5th and 6th fouls, in my estimation. I thought those were you can call one of the two. You can't call them both and get him out of that.
The last one was the angle was okay, maybe he hit his hand, but it looked like all ball. The one on Poole when he was driving to his left,
right?
Poole needs to. You guys were talking about on the challenge. Poole needs to have a move where he jump stops or something, just stop or a pump fake. Dude, he got got sunned multiple times going to his left hand. There.
I am a big believer in the jump stop because what happens is especially in the NBA, it's more so in the NBA than other leagues. Guys are so athletic, they want to block shots, they want to contest shots, they want to jump in the air. And once they leave their feet, they're the vulnerable one.
A lot of overcommitting.
And you're the one who's under control. So I'm a big believer in the jump stop. That's why Kevon Looney, for example, is very effective in the NBA without a lot of athleticism. Pivot, jump stop, go up. And I know it frustrates people at times. You'd like him to be able to yam. I think Kuminga, for as young as he is, has a very refined jump stop pivot game, which is like an old school Kevin McHale thing. Like I'm getting all dorky. Execution down the stretch for the Warriors.
Yeah.
I thought Wiggins' legs and endurance in general, he's building up.
Yes.
Right? So I'm willing to give him a long leeway here because he missed almost 2 months.
Yes. I thought he actually kind of improved as the game went on.
I did too.
Absolutely.
He did look lost at times.
Yeah, first half. Oh, boy.
It's just like, wow. And then, look, when your leader, Steph Curry, plays as poorly as he did in the fourth quarter, you're not going to win a lot of road games against good teams.
No, you're not. No, it's a good point. And thus concludes our crossover Warriors talk. I know, everyone, we're going to be talking about football. Everyone's
encouraged.
pumped. Yes,
I know that sounds super loser.
No. It's listen. When you've been playing this way on the road, you're allowed to have encouraging losses to the best team in the league currently, who's playing the best ball, who didn't even look that great. And I think that was a bigger win for the Boston Celtics even than it would have been for the Warriors. Like the Celtics needed that mental hurdle to get over. Like we've beaten this team before, right? Like, and then they finally beaten them. So we'll see how that goes on in the regular season. Now, back to the Niners, as Steiny would like to say. I'm looking at this matchup, Shasky, and the more I just keep breaking it down, I think it just comes down to this. The 49ers are going to be able to score more consistently, I feel like, on offense and stop the Cowboys on defense. And maybe this is just a simplistic view on it. I think the Cowboys get stopped more than the 49ers get stopped on offense. And that's just what it turns down to. I think both teams are going to score. I just think whether it's a fumble, whether it's a pick here and there, whether it's just a 3-and-out here and there, I think the Cowboys' inability at times to run the ball against good run defenses is going to bite them this week.
You know, I've been thinking about all the different ways, and who knows? I hate prediction radio because, God, you just never know.
It's a Friday. That's what I'm doing.
I just look at it like this way. Like, the Niners have yet to really face, at least in recent memory, a team that can force stops.
Yes.
Right? And put them in disadvantageous long third downs. I'm
starting to think no defense can with this offense. Like, that's what I'm just starting to think at this point.
I go back to like when you face upper echelon defensive lines, you have to account for pressure that maybe you haven't seen in the prior weeks. And I look back to that Washington game. I look back to that New Orleans game. Even though that was a Jimmy Garoppolo game, I have this feeling that this is going to be more defensive focused than we're giving it credit for. Do I think there's going to be 25 points on each side? I guess. I just think to think this is going to be a 40 to, because I'm seeing people 40 to 31.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
I mean, it is. And I think that this is going to be one of those matchups where I think the defense is going to have something to say. And because of the footing being better than prior weeks, I think defensive line play is going to be very important in this one. And I think you're going to see more punts. I got a feeling special teams factors into this game more than people are accounting for.
It'll be chilly too. Don't get it twisted. It's once that sun goes down, it's going to be cold. You'll see people's breaths. Yeah.
It's chilly without the sun going down.
No, it is. Yeah,
it's got a little bite to it.
Oh, absolutely. So the hits will be hard. You'll feel them more when it's cold like that. Right now, the over-under at Vegas has it at 46. You like the under there? That's a tough one. That's right on that cusp because Vegas is they're so
24-21, 24-27. Like if it was one of those two scores, I would not be surprised.
I got 28-24 Niners right now. I just think there's going to be some sort of turnover that's going to bite the Cowboys. The Niners, if they just win the turnover battle, that's just what I'm looking at.
14-0.
That's it.
When they win, they're perfect. When they win or are equal in the turnover battle, they're 14-0. That's a crazy stat.
It's crazy, and that goes to Brock Purdy, right? Yeah. Like if you're the Cowboys,
and defense,
in defense, yes. But I'm saying Brock has been so good about not letting if he does have a turnover.
Yes,
I'm looking at Jimmy Garoppolo. What did we always circle? The Jimmy no throws, right?
Yes,
that's what we were scared about. And Brock at times, he's a rookie; those are going to happen. But I'm looking at just what he has been able to do to shake it off. Shout out Taylor Swift. Nothing's phasing this kid right now. Now he's finally going against a defense that could give him some problems. Micah Parsons is that dude.
This is the best defense they've faced all year.
Do you expect Shanahan? Because I don't expect Shanahan to shy away from the passing game early.
No, I think
like last week they were like, oh, he trusts Brock Purdy. He would never do this to Jimmy. I think they're going to start out passing. Is that crazy?
No, I think you're right. Bill Walsh used to do that a lot. I'll use the pass to open up the run, right? And then you look up and you're like, wow, it was so disproportionate, and how's it so balanced at the end of the game, right? Everyone, the magic number, 40 rushes. I don't know if you're going to get to 40 in a game like this.
No, I think you could stack the box. I think they're going to dare Brock Purdy to throw.
That's what I'm saying.
Make Brock beat us, right?
Yeah.
You feel more comfortable about your secondary and your chances with Diggs in the secondary to get a pick on Purdy and stuff like that. And bait him.
It's a serious day when Bonte is in 4 minutes early, prepared with headphones, going back and forth. He's got his game face on.
He wants me to get the hell off this mic is what he wants. He's like, I need to do this mic. I'm going to be talking to T.O. and Jerry Rice today. What are you guys going to be talking about with these legends, man? What are you going to be talking about?
Well, first off, T.O.'s involved in one of the greatest moments in Cowboy-Niner rivalry history.
He's played for both teams.
Absolutely. And Jerry Rice,
also on the cover of the greatest ESPN game of all time, ESPN 2K5. That's neither here nor there.
I love I call them luminaries of teams. Like Willie Mays was a luminary of the San Francisco Giants, right? He would hover around the team. You'd see him. And when you see him, it just makes you smile. And it's appropriate that guy is back in the fold of the organization. Totally. Chris Mullen is someone I hold that way with the Golden State Warriors. Al Attles, right? Like Mr. Warrior. Like he would always be around the team. I look at someone like Jerry Rice, and I think post-career, this is an incredible sentence I'm about to say. I'm more impressed with Jerry post-career than I am during his career. He's got one of the greatest, most decorated careers of all time.
Oh, yeah.
He loves being a Niner.
He does.
He truly loves, like Magic loves being a Laker.
He does.
Right?
Even if he was a terrible GM, president, it doesn't matter. He loves being a Laker.
And like, there's a part of me, not only do I respect it, I love it. Like, I love guys that embrace the team and there's something about Jerry. So I want to talk to him today about, like, what does it mean for him as a Niner going up against the Cowboys? Because I know this means so much to him.
Can't wait for that interview. That's Jerry Rice, 8:30. Giving away a Blitz arcade console. You have to subscribe to YouTube for that. Cannot wait for that interview. T.O. again at 8 o'clock with those guys. Bonte Hill, Joe Shasky, they're coming up next on the Morning Roast. This was the pregame show with Joe Spadoni on 95.7 The Game.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station. The road to Glendale is brought to you by Marawest Credit Union. Working for you today, tomorrow, together.
Make connections that count at Evergreen Valley College and get free tuition when you enroll for 6 units or more. That's right, free tuition and no student fees this spring. EVC is an award-winning transfer college and has the 4th most diverse faculty in the country. And with EVC alum earning more money than nearly every other community college in the country, you can take classes and transfer or fast-track your career. Enroll for classes today and get free tuition for the spring. Visit evc.edu for more information and enroll for classes at evc.edu. That's evc.edu.
If you're considering remodeling your home in 2023, talk with your architect or designer about utilizing Golden State Window and Door for your upcoming project. Each location across the Bay Area features beautifully planned displays. You'll be surprised by the variety of styles. Their respected partners include Anderson, Milgard, Marvin, and many other top brands. For locations, images, and more, visit goldenstatelumber.com. Since 1954, Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
Thinking of selling your house, but you don't want to deal with repairs, cleaning, realtor photos, and showings? With John By's BayAreaHouses.com, you don't have to do any repairs or pay any commissions. Call 510-426-7000 and John will give you a fair cash offer without any inspections, showings, or other headaches. That's 510-426-7000. When you sell to John By's BayAreaHouses.com, you decide when you want to move, according to your schedule and your terms. John buys vacant houses, inherited houses, beautiful houses, fixer-uppers in any condition, as is. John buys